Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a new video. So, wanted to make an update on my main account's progress. I haven't done one of those in a while, so it is going to be mostly mining in the background and mostly just about the long ramble that I'm about to begin, because I have quite a bit of stuff to talk about and it probably won't be incredibly organized, but I'll do my best. So, if you're not into long rambly videos, then you might want to click away, but hope you guys enjoy the video and I guess we'll get into it. So, as of now, I'm at 155 mil mining XP, so I passed 150 mil. I was going to make a video right at 150, but I was in the middle of a week record that I just did, and I didn't want to make a video then. But now the week record is over, and I did take the #1 spot for the week record in mining. I got 12.989 mil, so just shy of 13 mil, but I'm not too bothered. It is a pretty good record, I'm pretty happy with it, but I'm not too bothered that it's not like 13 mil, because I am planning to do a 13 mil week. I'm going to be grinding mining very hard in the month of June to try to finish it in the first week of July and potentially take rank 2. I do have the time to be able to pass AJ most likely, and so that's my current goal, and I'm just going to be grinding mining as hard as I possibly can in the hopes of taking that rank. If I don't get it, it's not the end of the world, but it would obviously be a cool thing, and there's not really any reason for me not to go for it, so I may as well. I am planning to make June definitely my month record for mining. I started off the month basically with a almost 13 mil week, so I think I should definitely be able to get to above 40 mil on my month, which will look very nice, possibly even 45 mil, we'll see. I am going to try to maintain 10 mil plus weeks at least, but we'll see how it goes. So that's how mining's been going. As well, I'm at 58 mil magic, and I'm at 32 mil smithing, and 51 mil farming. I didn't do any farm runs during the week record, and I'm considering stopping farming until I finish mining, just because it's kind of a distraction and it's kind of nice not to. Like, I didn't do any farm runs this week and I liked that, so I'll get back to farming at some point, definitely after mining, if not before I finish it. But for now, I think I might be taking a bit of a break from farming. I'm not really in a huge rush to finish it, just because I have plenty of time to finish it. I have like 2 years or so of farming left, and I definitely have more than 2 years of RuneScape left if I actually was going for 200 mil skills or something like that, which people do ask me about a lot. I don't know if I'm really going for 200 mil skills. I'm just going to keep playing as long as it's fun and see how far I get, but after mining I am definitely planning to aim for more 200 mil skills, so we will see how that goes. In my last video I did mention that I was planning on doing 200 mil hunter next, and as of now I'm kind of changing my mind and thinking of going for runecrafting actually, which is going to be quite a bit more of an interesting one and more of a challenge. I will do lava runes if I do it, because that's just the most efficient way to do it these days. But I did a little bit of lavas a while ago and it just seemed really fun, and it would be an interesting different kind of challenge than mining. It's a lot slower XP per hour, about 65 to 70k, and it's definitely less click intensive, but still definitely requires some attention and everything, and it would take a while to do it really well. The one taking pouches definitely takes a lot of practice to do consistently, and same with fast banking, so it'll be a nice alternative to mining. I feel like the combination of those two would be kind of like the ultimate combination, mining being the most click intensive skill and runecrafting being probably the most challenging time-wise. Like, Slayer and Agility are a bit slower, but so much less effort that I kind of feel like runecrafting is the best 200 mil in the game. And it would be really cool to go for that, and nobody's done it with lavas yet, so it would be something interesting and new that not many people have done yet as well. So it sounds very appealing to me right now, but we'll see how it goes. I still am planning to do the 100% favors, the tithe rewards, and finishing 20 mil skills before I move on to that after mining, so I will still finish those up because they've been bugging me and are good things to get done. A few other changes that I made recently: I changed up my gear layout slightly. I stopped using the Desert Amulet because you can actually use a Regen Brace and a Max Cape or Hit Point Cape to heal more damage, or heal more hit points than you actually take from Desert Heat damage, which is pretty nice. It heals 4 hit points per minute with those on, and you take from between 1 and 10 damage every 90 seconds in the desert if you're wearing Prospector or Desert Robes, so that means that it's an average of 5.5 damage per hit per 90 seconds, and 4 hit points a minute healing means 6 hit points regen per 90 seconds. So you on average regen more than you lose, and I've been doing it for a week and I haven't died yet, so it's working out pretty nicely, and I guess it's a good alternative for people who don't want to do the Desert Elite, because you do have to do the KQ and everything, which is kind of annoying. I'm just doing it because it saves an inventory space. I can build my Camulet now, and it's just kind of a nice change. The Desert Ammo is kind of ugly anyways. A couple other things I started doing recently, I started merching a bit a couple weeks ago. I didn't merch at all during my week record, and I probably won't until I finish mining again unless I'm doing it on an alt. But it was kind of fun. I made like 8 to 10 mil in a week working with not a huge amount of cash, so I was getting the hang of it and made a decent amount of money, which is nice, and it's definitely something I will continue to do in the future to make money because it's very efficient for money making once you can get good at it, and once you have more cash you make even more money. And Redwood Trees did come out a couple days ago, and I do have another account with 99 woodcutting. Some of you guys might remember my Scalar Gray C. I played it a long time ago. I made it in 2013, played it for a few months. I got 99 woodcutting off of mostly yew trees on it while playing other accounts, and I got a couple other 99s, but I'll show you this account quickly. It's not anything too amazing, but it's getting close to 15 mil woodcutting now, just from I've done the past couple mil at the Redwood Trees while mining because I can do it without losing pretty much any XP, which is kind of nice, and it's just passive money on the side. It's around 300k GP per hour right now, so, and the XP per hour is like 60 to 70k. So I guess I'll do it as long as the logs stay at a decent price, and I've already made more than my bond money back. I think I've made around 7 mil or so, and I've in profit anyways. That's like 3 or 4 mil because the cost of the bond. I guess probably more like 4.5 mil, but yeah, it's maybe a bit of money, which is kind of nice, and I guess I may as well keep playing it. I'm not really massively opposed to alts anymore. I guess I'd prefer if I didn't have to use them just because they're kind of a nuisance, but this is so low effort that I may as well, as long as redwoods are decent money. Some of you guys might be wondering why I have so much tar in my inventory now. I used to just have 100k, and the reason is because I've been streaming a lot, and at one point some person came by and was like, hey, could I drop you some tar to add to that stack? And I was like, hey, why not? We could start a collection or something. The first drop was 400k tar, so I immediately had a 500k tar stack, and it looks pretty cool. And since then on stream, people have just been gradually dropping tar in front of the rocks. I can pick it up without losing any time if people drop it, so it works out kind of nicely, and I guess eventually maybe that stack will turn green, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess if any of you guys want to contribute to the collection, I'm usually in World 46 unless I start like getting crashed or something, but I usually don't have any issues with crashers, so I think it'll probably be alright. But yeah, I'll be playing quite a lot, and I'm usually on that world, so if any of you guys want to stop by, I won't really be able to type too much in game. I can type like short things, but once I start having to type a whole lot, it just cuts down on my XP rates a whole bunch, and in the long run it really does add up. Like, one conversation might not seem like much, but in the long run it really does slow down your rates quite a bit over time. But at least say hi to you and stuff like that if you do want to stop by. So, and maybe we'll see this beautiful stack turn into 10 million eventually, but yeah, don't feel obligated or anything, and it's not like I'll ever sell those. It's just like a fun collection type thing, and I'll use them for fishing and hunter too in the future whenever I do those skills. So even if we don't reach 10 mil after I'm done with the mining, it'll still happen eventually. So one more thing that I kind of wanted to try to address, that is just a question I get asked frequently, and I always struggle to find a good answer, is like, why did you choose to do mining, and how do you stay motivated and all that kind of stuff. I always find it difficult to give a really good answer to this question because it is kind of a hard question to answer. I was just going for 20 mil mining, and then it kept happening after that because I just felt motivated to do the skill, and my reasons for why I was motivated I'm still kind of trying to figure it out, I guess. I think a lot of it was definitely the influence of watching Acid Souls videos, who's the rank 1 miner. He has videos about his mentality towards grinding and everything, and definitely, and he talked quite a bit about his experience while doing mining, and it definitely made me want to see if I could experience that for myself. All the things that he described sound so interesting, foreign, and not anything like I'd ever experienced the RuneScape before, and I wanted to see if I could emulate and relive what he experienced in my own mining adventure. And I guess that's definitely one of the big things that started my motivation to continue mining, because I just always thought it was such an interesting skill and could definitely change my outlook on a lot of things, both in the game and outside of the game. And I think that's why I started it and wanted to get the experience of doing mining. And a lot of the things that I remember hearing Acid Soul say have definitely happened similarly with myself and my own experience. Definitely not everything, because he and I are definitely very different people, but a lot of the things he talks about in terms of, becoming very consistent and rigid in your schedule, becoming more and more minimalist, that kind of thing is I've definitely experienced that as well. I never used to have a consistent schedule at all, and then that kind of just naturally happened while doing mining. It was strange. I always would go to bed at the same time, and I still do now, and I never ever did that before mining. I would just go to bed whenever I felt like it and get up whenever I felt like it. And it's a very consistent schedule, but it doesn't feel like a constraint or something that I don't enjoy at all. It just is comfortable in that way because I mine until a certain time, I go to bed, and I set an alarm to a certain amount of time, and I get up again. And I enjoy seeing the progress on my tracker page and everything, and trying to continually improve on my gains in the past and everything. And it's just the growth in my ability to grind and ability to handle the click intensity and everything is definitely something that I enjoy, and one of the bigger reasons that I do mining for sure. I've also definitely explored my music tastes a lot while mining. I've listened to so much more music while skilling than I used to, just because a lot of times it's nice to just sit down, listen to music, and mine for a while. I can't do that all the time. I definitely have to stimulate my brain a bit more at certain times by watching shows, videos, movies, different things like that, live streams. At times I do get a little bit, I don't know whether to say overloaded or underloaded by just mining and listening to music, but I definitely don't have the patience to be able to do that all the time without at least feeling a little bit tired after a while. The time definitely passes by quickly when your mind is completely occupied, but you can get into a very nice kind of flow state while mining and listening to music if you're in the right mental state. At least that's how it is for me. And people always ask, like, how do I stay motivated all the time? Like, how can I get up every single day and train mining? Because I really haven't ever taken a day off so far. I've never really wanted to, particularly because I've always just wanted to keep up my progress and stuff and not fall behind in any way. Definitely having AJ always looming in the future, a little bit ahead of me, has kept me motivated to keep pushing onwards. And the fact that I've consistently been gaining a bit of XP on him for the most part has definitely kept me motivated to keep pushing harder and harder. And at this point, it does look like I have a decent chance of actually passing him, which I'm pretty happy about. And that's definitely was a big source of my motivation. But there was a good amount of time where I was fairly confident that I wouldn't pass him, and it didn't really affect my motivation that much. So it was definitely not my primary source of motivation. I would have definitely still finished strong to 200 mil even if I was going to be rank 3, and there's still definitely a chance that I will be rank 3, and it doesn't really bother me too much either way. But I just feel like, if I can and I have the time, I may as well try to get that extra rank. It looks nice and it will be permanent, and get my name one closer to Acid Soul on the high scores as well, which will be a nice feeling. So as far as videos, I think they're going to be a bit more sparse throughout the month of June because I will just be grinding mining really hard, and videos do take some time away from it, and I want to make this month very good and try to secure my possibilities at rank 2. I will probably have a few videos out at least, but it will be a bit less frequent this month than it was last month. But I hope you guys did enjoy those videos, and after I'm done with mining, I think that I will definitely be back to at least like 2 videos a week or so is what I'd like to aim for, and I'll definitely be a little bit less focused on RuneScape and not grinding it quite as hard, a little bit more relaxed in general. But June is the month of the grind for me, so I will be live on Twitch practically every single day is my plan. At least 5 days a week is what I usually go for. This past week I've streamed every single day, and so it will be a bit more focused on Twitch than YouTube for this month. So if you guys want to see more content from me, definitely check out my Twitch channel. Another thing that I want to mention is that I did recently get appointed as the new regular for the Hexus podcast. Hexus is a high-level skilling clan that I'm a part of and have been for a while, and we do a podcast on a bi-weekly basis. And I've been on the podcast quite a few times as, I guess, a guest member, but they always have 3 people on the podcast that are regulars that are on every single podcast, and I am now one of those people. So that's streamed on Randalicious's Twitch channel, and definitely recommend you guys to check it out. And you can also submit topic suggestions. I'll see if I can get a link for that in the description, but anyone can submit a question or topic for us to talk about during the podcast. And the next one, I believe, is June 12th, which is a Sunday, if I remember correctly. So if you guys want to tune into that, that would be awesome. But I figured I'd mention that as well. Give a quick shout to the clan because they've definitely helped me stay motivated to keep mining and pushing onwards as well. And if I do take this rank, it'll definitely be another big win for Hexus. I know that Hexus has a bad rap with some of the less skiller-minded players. There's a mix of people in the clan, obviously. Some people are more elitist than others, and of course, as a whole, the clan does tend to be fairly opinionated, but there are a lot of good people in Hexus, and there's definitely a lot of valuable opinions as well, so I would encourage you guys to keep an open mind and definitely check out the podcast if you're interested. So I think that's most of what I wanted to cover in this video, just a general ramble about my main account, my experience with mining, and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I didn't forget anything too major, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. I know it's not for everybody, but I figured it was a pretty good time to make a video since I've made some nice progress with mining and there's a decent amount of stuff to talk about. So I'll see you guys again relatively soon with more videos. I'm not exactly sure what my next video will be, but I will probably be getting 200 mil mining in the first week of June. In the first week of July. So somewhere between the 1st and the 7th of July, I think, is what I'm going to be aiming for. So that will definitely be streamed on Twitch, and I'll definitely let you guys know through another video before that happens as well. So you guys can at least drop by. It will be at the quarry, probably on the same rock as Acid Soul got his 200 mil. And I'll just get it. I might drop a couple things like my Regen Brace and some Smoldering Stones that I have extra if I have any leftovers. So maybe if you lucky people will get a little bit of money. But yeah, it's just going to be streamed, get the 200 mil. Everybody can spam in the game a little bit, and then I'll be moving on to Say a Favor, probably is what I'll do first. Get that done quickly. Tithe Rewards, get that done quickly. Each one of those should take about a day. And then I'll be finishing the 20 mils. I will do a bit of pet hunting through Slayer probably. I think I might do some Smoke Boss and Cerberus at least. So that will be kind of fun. I need to do an Herblore day. I can probably do 3.4 mil Herblore in a day if I have the supplies ready to go. And then a bit of fletching, which I'll probably finish during Slayer, and then I'll be on to runecrafting. I'm going to do the other 20 mils first, and then I'm just going to have runecrafting as my lowest for a bit and just keep powering up runecrafting after 20 mil if I still feel motivated to, and see how far I get with it. So that's my plans for the next while. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys all later.